We're rolling.
John, all of those years limited us. We have a budget that's limitless. Hero is going to give us as much money as we need to do whatever we want. And with that, there are no limits. Just think the amazing film that you and I could put together with my acting talents and your directorial vision. There's no limits. You can do whatever you want. And I'm telling you that I don't want to be divine anymore. I want to be the hero. I want to be the man in the story that pushes toward his goal and achieves it.
So what do you have in mind?
I think a classic. I think something big. I think
Okay.
maybe Macbeth or...
Oh, you would be an amazing Lady Macbeth. Call her McBee, put her on roller skates, whizzing around the castle, woo, singing disco. I like it.
No, John.
That would be amazing.
No, John. Not Lady McBee. That's not where we're going with this.
McBee is fantastic.
I don't want to do a female role anymore. I want to be the man. I think we should do Lear.
Oh.
Sweet moon, I thank thee for thy sunny beams. I thank thee now for shining so bright. I trust to take of truth's these beside. Huh?
Now that would be a Lear that has not been seen before.
Exactly.
I think you could be all the daughters. We could like somehow make your head spin so like each one like a different face comes out for Regan, Goneril, and it's like turns. That'd be amazing. Lots of trash. We could set in Baltimore. I think you're onto something.
John,
Yes?
don't you think that where you are in your life right now, you would like to say goodbye just for one instant to trash? Can't you do something real? Let's do something that's really gonna just shake the theater world up in a way that shows that class.
You want the two of us to work on a straight Lear. A straight, by the books King Lear. On everybody else's terms. Critics, budgets, theaters, other actors who don't get it. That's not what we do. That's not what we do. That's not what we did. There's an expectation for what the Dreamland group puts together. And it is not some straight, boring, tight-ass version of Lear for a bunch of fucking blue hairs in the Midwest. No. If you want to do Lear on my terms, with fire and ice and smashed up cars and drag queens and roller skates and poop and whatever. I mean, there's a Lear. I don't know what your Asian backer has dictated to you. Hero? Is that what this person's name is? A hero? Brilliant. I mean, really. Have you approached anyone else with this idea?
Well, no, John, I want to work with you.
If we do a Lear, we do it on my terms. I mean, I don't see why suddenly we're gonna go back into some like 1963 closet. We're way beyond that. People expect something totally different. I'm a pup of trash. Now you're divine. Amazing, you're divine.
But don't you see that we've kind of done that? Can't we show them that you can be Peter Brook, and I can be Laurence Olivier.
I don't need to be Peter Brook. I already have like a mass following and probably more fame than Peter Brook will ever have. Peter Brook couldn't do what I could do. Ah, there it is. Peter Brook could not do what we could do. He could never create pink flamingos. He could never create the majesty and crazy, kick-ass, frightening clown of Divine. They could never come up with that. You want to throw all that away to be someone else's version of some equity star, some matinee idol? To do Lear for some strange respect that you never got, you think you never got before? You are Divine. There's no escaping it. Everyone already sees that.
Then tell me why I can't be Laurence Olivier. Why? Tell me why.
Because there already was one.
But I can be as iconic an actor as he was.
You are. Divine is an amazing creation. I mean, if you want to get your Divine outfit, put a little crown and tiara on your head and run around as Lear, I mean, I'm open to that. Fog, surfboards, I don't know. Chipmunks.
Talk to me about the surfboard.
Well, we get you like Lear on the beach. Sort of beach blanket bingo, and that Funicello meets Lear. Some sort of beach blanket Lear bingo.
There is a big storm that hits.
Right? And they can turn into a tsunami and like wipe away all the trailers and all the people, and there's this dismembered bodies and shit all over the beach.
Glenn, talk a little more about what you need out of Lear. Talk a little bit more about that. Talk a little bit more about where it comes from. Who is it?
Thank you.
There's always someone who's looking over our shoulders when we're making art, even if it's ourselves. And who is it that needs to see you as Lear? Is it an old teacher? Is it your mother? Is it your father? Is it, is it the one critic that you never won over? Who is the person, or what is it, that pushes Glenn to this place? That, I think, is something. Think about that.
I think part of it happened in the conversion camp. I'm just to pull from what we've already worked on.
Sure.
I think something was examined there. I think Glenn found something at this conversion camp that was inspired. I think it's why he left. It's like an alcoholic no longer being Alcoholics Anonymous.
Mm-hmm.
I can quit on my own. Some people do.
Yeah.
And I think.
What's the thing? I mean, what do we think it is? Like, let's talk about like the actual Divine for a second. What do we think it was for Glenn? Because there's a video, right, where Glenn's talking about, I hate being thought of in these terms. If you must call it something, you can call it, I think he said,
character actor. I'm a character.
He wants to be.
I really prefer it. I'm actually just a character actor. And I think that the word character actor even disgusted him a little.
Why?
Because I think he wanted to be the star of the film as a man, but not as a woman.
Why? I know I'm like the 2-year-old here, but this is what we have to get to. I think this is something we need to get to. Why?
I think because for Glenn, all those years he spent, because he did movie watching as well. He enjoyed films and enjoyed movies, and I think when he watched those movies, I think he tried to and felt like he identified with Cary Grant and Clark Gable and Fred Astaire and Gene Kelly and these masculine men who were dancing and singing and acting and were amazing.
Yeah.
And he wanted the attention that they had. He wanted to be
John,
he wanted to be Rock Hudson,
Yeah.
even though we didn't know Rock Hudson was gay. He wanted to be Rock Hudson because Rock Hudson was. Can I stop for just a second?
Yeah.
John,
Yeah.
any of the names that I just rattled off, any of them ring bells at all? Or
Oh, yeah, no.
They do. And I'm not trying to do an age thing. I'm not trying to pull an age thing.
He
But
was a film major for a while.
in my head, oh, that's true. Yeah, that's true. So
Still
that's
am technically.
that's it.
You are.
You are. I'm sorry. But that just was in my head. It's like, I want to be careful of what references, but I also they need to be timely to what Glenn would have been.
Our audience is going to have this same savvy though, so we can use it.
And the people that you just mentioned are like everybody knows them. It's
They
not
really
like-
are iconic,
Yeah.
right? They really are iconic. And for me as an actor, so this is Marty as an actor, when I watched a movie, I let myself identify with whoever I wanted to. And I think that, and I'm sorry, but this is all belching up other things.
No.
When you talked about the day you came out to your mother and said, and we're talking about how she cried,
Mhm.
the day I told my parents, it was both my parents, my mother and my father, I said, there comes a time in a man's life when it's just like it was yesterday. There comes a time in a man's life when he has to accept things and he has to tell people how he truly feels and what he truly is. And I said, I'm gay. I'm very happy being gay. I am in love with someone who I've been with now for a couple of years. They knew my boyfriend, Don, was my roommate. And I said, and I'm gay and I'm happy that way. And my mother goes, oh, honey, we know. I'm like, and I just stopped and I was like, well, why the hell didn't you say something? Why didn't you say, well, because we didn't, and my mother's we won't talk about it. It's not, if we don't talk about it, it's not there.
And to the station?
Oh, no, now she's fine.
Oh,
Now
okay.
she's completely fine. Yeah, because she started having a physical therapist come, she has back problems. And physical therapist as it was coming to the house. And he came, just happened that he was coming for the first time when I was visiting them a few weeks ago. And I ran an errand and I came back to the house and he was already there. They were talking and everything. He was gorgeous. Oh my God. He was this big, thick guy with muscular and just handsome and cute with a cute face, kind of boyish. And I'm like, and this whole, of course I come in and I'm like, oh, hi, nice to meet you. I was like, let me touch you. And then I left. And yeah, exactly. Could you tell me some exercises? But the time passed and I'm like, after he left, I was like, Mom, let me tell you something. If you don't do everything that cute boy tells you, then you are not my mother. And she goes, he is a cutie, isn't he? I'm like, yeah, he's a cutie. Seriously. And there was no shame. And there's never been shame. It was just, oh, honey, we know. It was just an acceptance. So I feel like as a gay man, I didn't have the pain and the shame and that stuff. I never experienced it. So it's a challenge. That's why I've been watching so many interviews with Glenn, because he's got so much pain. And it's hard for me to know, I gotta find it.
Yeah.
I gotta know where he came from.
For me, we're inside it right now, right? This is my pain. It really is, and at least for me, the reason why I think about that whole notion of who is it that's got to see the show, I realize for me, it's my mother who refuses to see anything that we do, anything. And I think that might be another reason why I feel such a strong affinity to Joe Waters, whose mother won't watch Pink Flamingos, never will, never should. And never should.
That's what his brother said.
Yeah. For me, it's not about sexuality, but it's about religion and things along those lines. My mother is afraid of these plays. She's afraid of them. And I told her, we did Don't Give That Beast a Name. And I called her up and I told her, this is the one that you have to come see. No, not going to happen. Maybe you can tape it. Yeah, I know.
How does that make you feel?
It makes me feel distant from her. It makes me feel like there's something I can't share with her. It makes me feel like her fear is more important than me. Right? And so yeah. So in a weird way, I don't know that every play I'm doing, my mother has to come see. But if we're talking about the people who have to know that I'm capable of something more than just boo or booga booga, or you know what I mean, or being the horror director, which is I think that I definitely get couched in this notion that I like it when you guys do shows at 10:30 or at midnight. There's a lot of people who say that kind of thing to me, which is fine, I get it. And again, like John, I get it. All right, that, for lack of a better term, that's what I've been branded. That's what people want to come see All Girl Frankenstein. People want to come see All Girl Nosferatu, But it makes me feel like I'm limited. It makes me feel like that it makes me feel like there's an entire kind of experience that I not only am capable of, not only that I would excel at. That's the whole thing. Is that, and of course it's an incredibly arrogant thing to say, but this is a safe room. I know hands down that I am a way better visualist and director than most of the people I know who aren't making a living doing art, but they're making a little money. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. But I also know that I'm already so far down this road that if I weren't doing theater in the small black box, people are kind of surprised by that, would be somewhat surprised by that. I really think that if somehow I got like the Seth Lockley or the Sean Graney, small room at the Goodman, I think there'd be a lot of people who'd be like, what's he gonna do with that?
Did she see you play The Cowardly Lion when you were 17 years old?
She did. She loved it. Oh, they loved watching me on stage. They loved all of that, even though I was the gayest Cowardly Lion there ever was. It was so gay. It was just.
It's a gay character.
It was. I didn't know what I was doing. I just know, and the director, at no time did the director say to me, Bob, you realize that you are the gayest lion ever. And the irony is that when I did it, I had not seen the movie, and I refused to see the movie until after. I had done one of those things. I refused to see the movie until after the show opened, so that my lion could be my lion and not my version of Bert Lahr's lion. It was so oh my God. You think Stacey Nightmare she's got nothing on my lion. Wow.
God, I wish we could see that.
Yeah.
Were there photos?
Probably.
I played it twice.
But
He
so
was
yeah.
gay once, and he was.
Yeah. So I can get off the couch if this isn't useful for the storytelling, but I think that. But I think that if we're talking about the notion of having to make something that's more serious or more high art, there's somebody. The truth is, if you believe in psychoanalysis. So I won't call it the truth. I'll just say, if you believe in psychoanalysis, then that means that somebody somewhere is whispering, they got to you at the right time and they gave you that conditioned response. Whether it is the bully who beat you up, and whether it is the brother that you wanted to impress who was completely unimpressed, whether it is the mother that won't see the work, that tells you she's so proud of you, but won't see the work. Will not see this thing that she is so proud of. Refuses to. You know what I mean? That's this.
Well, and
That's
maybe.
true, right?
Huh?
That's true. You're telling us, right? Your mother. That really is true, right? She
Well, you think
no,
this
she
is all
said,
character work? I'm just feeding.
no, that she says that she's proud of.
Oh yeah, we're so proud of you. We're so proud of. They're so proud you got your own theater and you're an entrepreneur and you work 40 hours a week and you do all this and we're so proud of you. So proud of you. Yeah? You want to see a show? If they give you an award, let me know. I'll come and watch that.
I thought this was.
Huh?
I thought this was your job.
Oh, you thought this was my job?
Yeah.
This is this is not my job.
Well, it's more than a hobby, for sure.
Oh, sure. Oh, yeah, absolutely. This is my modus operandi. This is the reason I'm in Chicago. This is the reason I drop rap. But
There were two.
I work in healthcare,
Okay.
so you can thank the art of surgery for the Zoo Studios. What were you gonna say?
The art of surgery.
The art of surgery. Yes. I'm not a surgeon. I just help with sharpen their
That would be a
scalpels.
lot.
There were two spaces side by side in Muncie, Indiana. There was the 400-seat auditorium, which was what they call a jewel box theater, which is the wonderful little ornate, woodworks and everything.
Oh, yeah.
It was a 400-seat house like
Mhm.
you see in New York. And then 2 doors down was the black box, held about 75 people in it. So while I was there, while I was the artistic director for them, I got to direct in both spaces. And my mother, I would say, oh, what's going on? Of course, it was show after show after show, back to back, all the time. And I'm opening up a show this week. Oh, is it in the big theater or the little theater? It's in the little theater. Oh, is it that Rocky Horrors? She wouldn't call it Rocky Horror. She'd call it Rocky Horrors because the pictures, the publicity pictures, were always scantily clad kids because we did it every other year. Every other year for like 6 years we did Rocky Horror, and it was a huge fundraiser for us. We packed the house every night and made lots of money. Oh, I don't want to see that Rocky Horrors. And then, okay, Mom, we're doing a musical. Is it in that black thing? No, it's on main stage. Are you in it? Yeah. Do you sing? Yeah. Okay, then I'll come see that.
Mhm.
She liked it when I sang and when I did thing. She didn't like it. We did. A friend and I did in the black box. We did the chairs. UNESCO's The Chairs, and I played the woman. I played the old woman. I said, Mom, you should come see this. Like it's funny.
Yeah.
I'm a woman, and she said, oh, I don't want to see you dressed like a woman.
Yeah.
But she was honest with me, and I appreciated that honesty. That's like, she knew what she was going to like and what she wasn't going to like. So obviously when we did Seussical and I played Horton, she was thrilled because I was singing. I'm on stage all the time.
My mom's the same way, and it's funny because she's seen some minimal shows and she hasn't seen others, and like, any sort of violence or anything, she's fine with it. To me, in any sexual situation, that she's like,
I don't want to
nope.
see that.
She's like,
No.
nope, I don't want to see it.
Yeah.
And
That I
so-
can understand though, that the sexual thing.
Well, it was really funny after she saw 7 Snakes. I thought, oh man, like me getting drug around by those boys, like roped up and drug around, was really gonna upset her. The thing that upset her was Roy Gonzalez grabbing my boobs when he was making out with me. She was like, no mother should ever live long enough to see her daughter get her boobs grabbed.
So,
I love
the guy
your
had like 40, like
Yeah.
she's 17.
Yeah.
Right.
But she can smother the old faggot on stage, that's okay.
Yeah. Kill Sean.
That was okay.
Kill the old gay.
Was Mr. Hay an old gay?
Mr. Hay.
We just weren't sure.
We're sure.
Mr. Hay.
Just because he was a gentleman doesn't mean he was gay.
Yeah, I know, he was gay.
He died with his hand on my ass.
That's right.
That's true. And he was hot for the man, woman, mother.
Mother, your mama.
All right, so
I have to find it.
Yeah.
And that's kind of my plan for Easter weekend. I want to do
just
some
find
more.
my pain for Easter weekend.
I do. I want to find some more, and I want to find Glenn's pain. That's what I'm really looking for. That I struggle with because I'm Pollyanna, and this is Marty. I'm Pollyanna. I'm very happy. I'm very positive. I believe happiness truly is a choice, and I wake up every morning and I'm happy. I wake up in the morning and I'm happy, and I go to bed and I'm happy. I'm just a happy kind of guy. I don't deal with depression. I've never really been like, I get lonely every once in a while, but it doesn't depress me. I just watch some porn or, call my ex or whatever. It makes it go away. Porn makes loneliness go away. And I just am happy. So it's hard for me. I gotta find that struggle.
Why are you pointing it up?
Lysistrata.
Oh.
You need to keep that line for someone.
Oh,
Or
yeah.
makes loneliness go
Or
away.
makes
I don't remember.
It does. It
I'm writing it
totally
down,
makes-
Bob.
You write it down.
I'm watching out for you too.
That's right. It's not what Aaron's gonna be saying during the show.
No,
No.
but someone else can say it.
That's right.
It's not what Aaron.
But my coming out wasn't like great with my mom. I mean, she said, well, I never knew. And then she said, well, why didn't you tell me sooner? And then I'm like, well, it's none of your business.
Yeah, see, that
So
was-
there's,
no.
and I mean, everyone's coming out story is different, but
Right.
there is, but like my being gay saved me because my mother isn't, she's completely bananas. So by being gay, I've always been really far from her emotionally. It's been easy. And then when I came out, I scooted even further away because then she really didn't understand me. And now I'm, 44 and they haven't left, they don't leave California. So there's my life isn't like Glenn's, but the distance it creates before you come out, and then when you come out and you think it's going to be better, it isn't always better. It's better for you, but it's not necessarily better for everybody else. So I know that your situation is very different, and you do talk to your mother and so on. But I mean, whatever isolation you can find will work. It's kind of what Bob was saying. It's the unwillingness to join your current life, like to get up to speed. Well, I didn't change. You're still doing this, and oh, that's great. Make your plays. Or I finally, John knows this. My mom finally, for the first time ever, in the last 2 greeting cards, wrote Sean, John, and Lotus.
I've made it.
He made it into the greeting card, and she'll email and say, say hi to John or give Lotus a hug. I mean,
She asked what my last name was.
yeah, she asked what his last name was. He's the first, and I've dated 2 other people, so she's mentioned, and she's never been mean to about them, but he's the first one she's actually actively involving in conversation. And I'm 45, I'm almost 45, and I've dated 2 other men.
Right, does she acknowledge, so do you think that's her way of acknowledging your happiness?
Yes.
Because that's a question I think my mother fights with herself. And this is another way that maybe I can help find or kind of search for some of that pain, because I know it's painful for her, and I know my mother's pain will help feed pain that I can share. And that is that she worries about me because she doesn't want me to be in love.
Right.
Sorry.
Well, I guess you just found it.
She wants me to find love,
Mhm.
just like everybody else. And I told her, I said, I was with the same man for 18 years. We were very close, and we're still very close. We're good friends. But she said, I know, but I just think if you're there all by yourself. I'm like, and I am. I really am good. I know I don't want her to worry.
Well, then you found, I mean, that's what Glenn's on his search to not be alone, and he finds the Asian backer.
That's right.
And maybe he makes some friends at the conversion camp, and he's friends with Ramon. And,
Yeah.
And
Well, I think it's more than that for me, though. I think it's because I think Glenn did have a good relationship with his mother. I don't see any evidence. I've not seen anything that says Glenn hated his mom and his
That's
mom
true.
hated him. As a matter of fact, just the opposite. It looks, they said that Glenn was with his mom.
Yeah.
He was always with his mom.
Cleb was very nice with her.
Yeah, it's
Right.
like, so it's like that's the pain I can attach to. Okay, there we go. We found that.
Yeah.
Sorry about that, guys.
It's okay.
I was going to find it somewhere.
It's okay.
I'll probably go home and call her.
Do you want me to
She stays up till midnight. No, she's just like me. She stays up till midnight. She can never go. My dad's like, come to bed. She'll like, I'm watching TV. Hush. I love them so much.
Yeah.
Oy.
Great. So,
Oh, I'm exhausted. We're done.
all right,
I cannot get anything else out.
Okay, that's all right. Sometimes
I'm
it's good
sorry.
to know. No. Sometimes it's good to know when we're done.
I think
But before, no, go ahead.
I was gonna say, I thought a little improv was working there.
Absolutely,
Yeah.
absolutely, we got it.
Can I just say I love that you brought the paper because last night I was thinking, yeah, it'd be great if we had a chalkboard or a dryer.
To do some notes.
Yeah.
It's really helpful.
Showed up
It's
with
really,
the
really,
big dick blue bag.
Are we getting grades over there? And
Yes.
yes.
Aaron put those grades there. I think that's because the ways that's supposed to be the ways that Glenn thinks worked.
Right.
So this all happened before John got. This is all happened before John got in the room. So John, one of the things is we were talking about the stories and everything that Marty came up with. Is Marty said there's 3 ways in which our Glenn tries to achieve masculinity, and then we mapped them out. Going to Texas and becoming John Wayne, which fails. Then going to Anita Bryant's Pray the Gay Away camp, and that fails. And then going to Japan and becoming an amazing sumo wrestler. Each one was supposed to be a way to
Falling in
A+.
love. That
Yeah.
first
I
one.
know, I see our gradient's very steep. It's F or A+.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Yeah, it's passive, it's passive phase.
Aaron grades her days on a curve.
Yeah.
Well, but you know what though? Wait a minute. Maybe we need to assess that grade because we are going to bring Ramon into the story. In number 2, we are going to bring Ramon into the story, and we do take something of Ramon with us, and that is that
disease.
pain.
A little vial of
Pain.
Ramon.
Yeah.
D minus.
D minus.
Wow.
I love it. I love it.
D minus.
So you're gonna bring up just enough.
It's a pass.
Wow.
It is a pass.
I feel like these days, like, you have to have a B to pass or something.
Yeah, you're closer with than we are.
Like a B minus is the lowest you can get in pass.
All right. So next, let's talk about let's just do the sort of the wrap up and talk a little bit about next week and talk about kind of the things that we've sort of accomplished. So next Tuesday we're getting back together again at the apartment.
Yes.
And you're with us on Tuesday, but not Wednesday.
Not Wednesday.
Okay. You'll be with us on Wednesday, but you'll be there a little late.
Yeah, hopefully not. Well, actually, I might not be late because it's closer to me. Today, I just missed the last Purple Express, so.
So
That's a bitch.
So why don't we say next Tuesday when we're at the house, we'll sit around the kitchen table. Everyone should have their computer or their pads of paper or anything like that. And it really is going to be sort of like us sitting down and kind of talking to each other, and I think that if we can just create sort of, it doesn't have to be in a finished outline or a finished chronological order, but if we can just create an outline of all the scenarios that we've sort of played with, and then from there we can kind of talk about phrases or talk about things that we really sort of liked, and really we'll all just kind of sit down and write and talk, and then we'll give all the paper to John at the end of it. And
Maybe we can also be thinking about the insertion of Wallace
yes,
in that process, where he's going to fit, where the order happens, where the food comes to the table.
Yeah.
Does that make sense?
No,
Because in my head, I just keep thinking about the waiter being here too, and my relationship with the waiter, and his relationship with the waiter, and we got to bring the cunt in at some point too.
Yeah.
Oh,
So
I'm coming in.
I think that at this point we definitely have talked about enough material and scenario for the to get us past sort of the halfway mark of the show.
I agree.
Whether this ends up being a 30-minute show. I think right now, it seems to me that we're getting very close to like a 30-minute show. Somewhere between 30 and 45 minutes. Which I think is perfect for a late night thing like this. But regardless of that, I think that if we just kind of start mapping those things out, and we can keep all our signs and stuff like that. That way that maybe so next week will be about trying to come up with some definite pieces of text, so that when we're back in the space the week after, we can start playing. We start getting a little more specific.
We
That
meet,
sounds
I'll bring these with me, I'll fold them up. and put
We
them
can be a little
we
more
meet,
specific.
Tuesday, Wednesday at our place, and then we meet the following Tuesday here, and then we're off that Wednesday.
That's right.
30th.
You guys are going to Diana Ross, right?
And you're having candlelight dinner.
Yeah, we're having.
I wish I could come.
I hate candlelight.
Actually, conceptually, that's some other night.
Oh, that's right. It's on the 29th.
I think it's okay.
Oh, okay, never mind. I can call you a bitch. No, I can call you a bitch. Come here. So there, yeah.